I often think of farming management games as the most cozy and easily accessible games on the market. There are so many choices to choose from, and it seems like no matter which one you pick up, you're always going to have a really fun time playing it, as you can't help but remove real life stress and put your mind into a state of bliss. Knowing that all you have to worry about is making friends by forcing expensive gifts upon them, or ensuring that your crops have all fully grown and I can sell them for extortionate prices to the local shop. It puts me in the right place of peace. I've spent many sleepless nights just playing these games as the hours just seem to disappear. So while I was doing my usual looking through Steam for a new chill game to play, I ended up coming across a game called Novastella Island, as graphically it reminded me of Genshin Impact, and from the screenshots it looked like you get to build your own property, which always excites me. But then I looked at the reviews, and yeah, they are a little low at this moment in time, but that's something that we'll pick up on a little later on in the video. After patiently waiting for my game to download, I was really eager to jump in and see everything that the world had to offer to me. You get two choices at the beginning. Do you want to play a boy or do you want to play a girl? Now at the moment there isn't any customization when it comes to the character you want to play. It's just boy or girl. So I chose girl and I was ready to jump in. The game then starts with you falling through a wormhole, landing on a beach and looking really lost and confused. But everything gets really groovy once you look up and see a frog, aka Agu. Now, I know if it was me and I'd just randomly fallen into another world, I would be pretty confused right now because this frog is talking to me. But no, this protagonist is completely fine with everything that's going on around her. After some quick dialogue, Mr. Frog teaches us how to fish and make a fire. This is the tutorial part of the game, so we're just kind of learning things as we go. After this is all done, we are free to enter the village as an outsider. We're told to go speak to the mayor, or the chief. Once we get there, he offers us a plot of land for nothing, which, in my eyes, is a complete steal. Only issue is though, we do have to build our own house. They aren't going to be that nice to us. Now, this is the part of the game that I'd like to call run around and speak to everyone while learning how the game works. Now, me, personally, I'm never a fan of how these early missions in games let us play. Let me make my own way around and figure things out. I don't need my hand holding all the time and being told what I need to do. Also, little side note away from the mission that we're doing, a goddess randomly appears. We go up and speak to her and she says that she was woken up from her slumber, most likely by us arriving at this world. Now, at the moment, nothing else happens with this, we're just kind of told, hey look, here's this new character, which does give you something cool. You can now play as the goddess if you want to. I didn't choose to, I wanted to be protagonist traveller, but I do quite like that. But hopefully they add more things into it when the early access is updated. Back to the building of the house. So after a few conversations with the other frogs, we're then finally able to build the property. And when I say we, I mean the game sadly does it for us. It doesn't let you build your own house. Now, no problems though, as the one that it is going to build for us is a beautiful mansion, but it would have been nice if they had allowed us to at least design it a little bit. Give us a little bit more inspiration, use your creative side. Everyone's house should look different, it shouldn't always be the same in every single game that you visit. Your task during this while they're all building your house is to basically build the parts for the house. You start with building flooring and stairs, move on to things like beam supports and so on, until you have this stunning house. But sadly that's it so far. The game is done. It is still in early access, so I'm not going to complain and say that it isn't really worth a lot. The game has roughly around 2 to 3 hours worth of gameplay in it, which for that amount of time, that's what you'll class as the main quest, the thing to build your house. There are other little side quests around, but at the moment they don't really offer too much. I will say, like once again, early access, I'll let it slide. But yeah, just keep that in mind if you do plan on buying the game. So far the game doesn't have too many features that you'd expect from a game, like a management or a building game. You can fish, hit rocks and trees, catch bugs in bushes. That's about it, and I'm really clutching at straws here to try and think of more that I can put into this little review. But yeah, in terms of actual things that you can go around and do as gameplay features, it's really lacking it this time. The game just has so much charm already to it, and even though it's missing a lot, I can already see the potential. It's shining so brightly that I just can't look away. So I'm hoping the developers are able to make this game what it deserves to be. Now, I think personally I'd like to see a little bit of combat added into it and more exploring so I can go into caves or go and try and find lost treasure. That's what I would want in this game. Now, let's talk about the developers for a moment and why when I went to go pick the game up, it had been review bombed. The game was originally meant to be an 18 plus match free game as a sequel to a similar game they'd released. But what they've done is they've changed the name without letting the backers and the fans know. They've completely removed the 18 plus content, and I think that's a really rubbish move from the developers' part. A lot of people would have been looking forward to the game that they paid for, that's why they gave it money. But then the game that has been released is not what they wanted. The game that I've played at release, I love it because that's what I was expecting, a management building game. But there's people who aren't happy because it isn't what they wanted. Novastella Island is already a fantastic game and I can't wait to see what extras they add to it. I can see that they already do plan on adding more as the months go on. I just really do hope that they continue the way they're going. It has the potential to be a stellar game.